Good morning, everyone. This is Rainey. So today's garden tour, we're starting at the herb garden, and the basil is amazingly tall. What's great about these videos is you can just see over time the progression of the plants. And this basil here, I actually haven't done much with. I need to look it up to see what dishes you would put this in, but see how this one's got this flower starting. So I've been just going through and plucking all the flowers off so that it continues to grow and doesn't, go to seed. Now this basil, I have lots of plans for. This stuff is going to go into my tomato sauce, and we definitely need to make sure that this does not go to seed. Oh, see, look at that. Oh, those are new. So, sage, and Daniel was actually telling me that we should harvest these and then just make our own Italian seasoning, and I think that's a great idea. So you can see my rosemary down here, and oregano, sage, my dill, which thank goodness I have actually gotten a lot of use out of. As a matter of fact, I dried some and now I have a bunch of dill seed. Though someone needs to tell me a great way to separate out the dill seed from the rest of the plant, because there is no way I'm going to pull each seed out individually. It's crazy. And then this is tarragon down in here. And let me see if I can get in here because it's such a shorter plant right now. It's supposed to be tall, but I think it's getting shaded out by how big this basil is. I have not yet used this, so someone maybe tell me what dishes to put it in. Pick up my coffee here. Celery is going to seed. My calendula, you can see all the spots where flowers used to be, and I'll show you what I've been doing with them. Strawberries, I've actually been getting a few. And look at this romaine lettuce. So if you've ever grown out romaine lettuce until it flowers, this is what it looks like. It's amazing. It's all tall. Look at all those beautiful flowers. I'll be able to harvest all the seeds from those. Sorry, I'm putting my coffee down again. I need like a coffee stand in here. And then, of course, my gnome. So, you guys probably don't know the story of my original gnome that I had, but at some point, it got busted. Around the time that we were battling the bunny at the beginning of the season. And so my youngest son decided to buy me a gnome and I guess flip off the bunnies at the same time. Look at this tomato here. Just huge. So I actually pulled out some of those big flowers. I remembered the name at one point, I don't now. They are honeybee attractors like crazy, and they are wonderful, but they sure don't stand the test of time when it comes to the environment. They just kind of fall over. I believe they start with a B. I don't know if that's helpful. Anyways, these are awesome looking. I have just now noticed these and how they grow. And what's sad is I think I had been pulling some of these thinking they were weeds. But look, it's like they got this little, oh, sorry, I don't have the camera on there. It's like they got these little pods. don't know. Maybe someone can tell me what these are, but that is amazing. And I'm pretty sure I pulled out a bunch of these thinking they were weeds, and now I feel totally bad. Okay, look at this charmer. That is so beautiful. And watch out, honey. These are always so really pretty. What? You got something to say, buddy? They're very beautiful. All right, let's go inside. First, let's take a look at this. This is my sun gold tomato going up over the top of this trellis. Crazy. I'm hoping that the weight of the tomatoes actually pulls it down so I can at least reach the tomatoes when it goes over the top. So my cucumbers, you know, I don't know, maybe this is normal. They're starting to get pretty brown. I'm assuming it's towards the end of the season, though the one on the other side is not looking quite the same, so could be disease. I tell you what, I have so many cucumbers that if this decides to die off, I'm not going to be too heartbroken. Look at all these Roma tomatoes. Now, they did something weird, and you probably saw this in the last episode, and this is probably one of the reasons why next season I will definitely put some kind of tomato cages or something up, but they basically just sunk to the ground, and the tomatoes are in layers, and so they're kind of hard to dig out because you really have to deep dive into the plant to find them. But you can see lots of little pretty tomatoes everywhere. I've been harvesting just about every day. And what I've been doing with these, oh, hey, can you see the spider? There he is. I don't know if I can, I don't think I can zoom in on it or focus in on it. My youngest would be all upset that I'm filming spiders. Him and I have a problem with spiders. Most spiders. These ones in the garden, these smaller ones don't seem to bother me as much. But my calendula, follow our little honeybee around. Oh, isn't he adorable? So I used to be kind of afraid of basically all bees, but honeybees I've gained a nice new respect for. So here's my calendula, and actually right now is the perfect time to harvest these, so I'll probably come back and harvest them. And Hopper, he's just been following me around in the gardens now because he knows he gets food when I come in here. I'll throw him a tomato or two. He seems to like them. Anyways, where were we at? Okay, so let's see, my pepperoncini peppers. I have been getting a ton of these peppers. So some of them got some burn, but let's see. But I have been canning so much of that. I don't think I did any kind of canning video on those because I really wasn't doing much videos on my canning stuff, but now I've been starting to do that. My cayenne peppers, amazing. As they turn red, I've been picking them for just different things. I just made a salsa with some of them, and I plan on making like a cayenne pepper hot sauce, I think, with most of it. And then we got our first, see if I can get a good view of this. First red, oh, that's not a good view. Let's see, first red Fresno pepper. I don't know if you guys can see that, and my hair is in the way. And I also use that in a hot salsa, I think it was. More calendula. Watch out, honey. Move. Move. I don't know why you think you own the garden now. Okay, so my vining tomatoes. looking great. Whew. It's getting harder and harder to walk through here. My tomatillas. Sad story though. These tomatillas were doing so well, and I turned my attention on the tomatoes too much, I think, and wasn't really paying too close attention to my tomatillas. So here's one here. You can see what I think a healthy one looks like. And then look at this one. So sad. I think what might have happened is it wasn't getting water like the rest, because I think that these tomatoes here and that tomato there was preventing the water from actually getting to it. So now I've been hand watering it, but I have a feeling that it's not going to survive. On another note, remember my high producing, fast growing tomato? Well, he had to get lopped off. One being because he was too tall, but also because we had to get air conditioning in here because it is hot. Unfortunately though, or fortunately maybe is the better term, I really didn't like the taste of those tomatoes. It's bizarre. They're so beautiful when they're ripe. They do turn like almost a really dark red with almost black with some stripies. Oof, oof. Sorry, spider. I just, let's see if I can zoom on it and him. I just got face to face with him. Yeah, focusing on that's not working. Anyways, my sunflower, which probably won't even make it to the end of the season. Oh, by the way, this is my, almost put my face in the spider again. Tigerella. You can see the striping better maybe on that one there. And this is my green zebra, which I really do like the flavor of both of those. So those are worth probably planting again. Another one of my just regular vining tomatoes. Most of the ones that are along the fence, and then these two here, I got just for like salsa and fresh eating, which we really liked the salsa recipe that I just made. So we've been making different salsas to find one that we really like, and we really like the salsa ranchero, I think it's called. And so that's probably the recipe we're going to go with, and then can. It is a ball recipe, so it is safe and it's delicious. It's basically just tomatoes, onion, jalapeno, pepper, which I didn't use jalapeno, I used my Fresno and cayenne. And then, let's see, it's probably got, let's see, salt and garlic. There's probably some other stuff in it, but I don't remember offhand. My beans, yeah, well, still not producing much. They did make it to the top of the trellis, but my vision of a nice big bushy trellis does not seem to be happening this year, so I'll probably make some changes next year. But you can see over here the cucumber is definitely doing well. And then I do have a cucumber way down in here. I don't know if you can see him very well. But he is going to be my seed cucumber. So I'm just letting him go fully out. Okay, let's go over to the roses. Okay, so I have no idea how the seasons work on roses, but this plant had a ton of roses, and then they died out, and then there was none, and then all of a sudden there's some again. So I guess you just have to stop and smell the roses, as they say. All right, guys. Well, I'm going to leave you with a view of the calendula oil that I am making right now, which later will be turned into salve. But you can see these are all the flowers that I've been picking the flower heads off of. I've got 4 of these plants, and then I let them dry, and then see, I think it's sunflower seed, or no, it's grapeseed oil that I'm using, and they'll just infuse in this. I'll shake it every day and wait 4 to 6 weeks. You want to keep it out of the light, but it needs a little warmth, so I'm keeping it in a paper bag outside on my patio table. But anyways, want to show you that. It's actually very pretty. So as always, everyone be kind and wander well.